The next area of discussion is going to be developing and which one? Implementing the chosen strategies. Okay. Strategy can be planned by the top management or by the middle level management. The strategy can be planned, but implementing the strategy is a difficult task. How? For example, there are 20 employees in a company. Whether all will be working with the same goal, will they have the same attitude and set of mind? Some will work for salary, some will work with passion, some will work for performance, some will work with organizational goals. Clear? So, whether people are having the same attitude in working or different attitude, or within the board of directors itself, while developing a strategy, whether all will have the same mindset in developing a strategy. Board of director one may say, give a good quality product at a high cost to the superior quality customers. Director 2 may have a different opinion, 3 may have a different opinion, 4 will have a different opinion. While developing the strategy itself, whether there are 5 directors, whether all will have the same uniform mindset in developing the strategy, or there will be a difference of opinion. Definitely there will be a difference of opinion. Okay, let us assume a strategy has been chosen. Is it the strategy recommended by everybody? No. Certain strategies which are chosen, okay, are based on number one, arguments and discussion. At the end of the day, who argues better, who discusses better. Okay, for example, let us assume my strategy is going to be implemented. There are 5 directors. I came with a particular corporate strategy. Let it be long term or medium term or strategy that has been my strategy has been implemented. Whether other four people will cooperate.
No, sir. They will have a different opinion.
Number one, ego. They will try by all means that the strategy fails, so that I am put down, others are made superior, kind of a thing. So when a strategy is implemented, recommended by a person, it practically happens all over the world that human personal ego will be there, or sometimes you will find
Dominant.
okay. So number one, ego. Number two, for example, the other people might feel that okay, my strategy is not implemented, I am not recognized in the organization. So they will feel that okay, why should I follow your strategy, or why should I follow your footsteps? When there is a leader, people cooperate. That is number one. People who are not ready to cooperate will feel that always, let it be a kingdom, or let it be a family, or let it be a society, or let it be a political party, or a corporate world, wherever humans are there, some followers will be there, some resisting forces will be there. So how best we are going to implement the strategy and make the strategy successful? At the end of the day, the organization should be successful. That is what. There are various challenges. The first challenge is the human resource. The first challenge in implementing the strategy is which one? Human resource. Because all people may not be ready to, say okay with your strategy. Okay. So these are the 3 things which are required for implementing a strategy. What is the first one? Organizational structure. What do you mean by organizational structure?
Market capitalization.
No. Organizational structure is internal. Internal. It talks about financial structure of an organization. Borrowed money to own money combination. Human resource structure, which may be like board of directors, how they talk to the next level CEOs, how they talk to the line managers, how they talk to the next level like that. But the organization has a good communication, good span of control, good, for example, motivation to the employees, kind of a thing. So organizational structure definitely required. A sound organizational structure is what? Required. For example, board of directors decide, I'm the CEO. I come to you and talk good about the plan. Okay, then you go and talk good about the plan. You go and talk good about the plan like that. The chain continues. The strategy can be implemented properly. When I come and talk bad about that, or when, for example, till fourth line they are cooperating. 5th and 6th line, they are planning something. Why should we go for it? They are planning for something. They are having some goals, or they are having some plans, etc. and all. Why should I cooperate with that? Some resisting force will be there. So that's good. That's going to be the problem. So developing a good organizational structure, a binding organizational structure results in what? Implementing a good corporate strategy. So this superior efficiency, superior quality, superior innovation, and superior responsiveness to customers will come with a sound organizational structure. With a sound organizational structure. Okay, how to organizational structure? How to design an organizational structure? Number one,
Performance.
there should be a good span of management. What do you mean by span of management? Who will report to whom? How many people report to whom? Number one. The span of management results in good span of control. Having too lesser people under a person is also bad. Too much of control is also bad. Having too many people under a person is also bad. Clear? So span of control should be a balanced one. Clear? For example, there are 500 people who will report to me. That is bad because I cannot concentrate on the 500 people. Practically, is it possible? No. Clear? So that should be simple. You are a, for example, line manager. Let us appoint for the 500 people a team leader. Maybe like 20 people will report to one, like that. So you'll have 25 team leaders. Those team leaders will communicate with you. So under a line manager, how many team leaders will be there? 25 team leaders will be there. Under each team leader, you will have 20 employees working. So like that, when you design an organizational structure, which should have a good span, not too narrow, not too wide, wider. For example, I go for a narrow span. Narrow span means under one worker, there will be 4 employees. Under this, there will be 4 employees. Under this, there will be 4 employees. Under this, let us assume there will be 4 employees. It will result in a tall organizational structure. It will result in a tall organizational structure where you will have 8th level, first level. First level may be board of directors. 8th level may be what?
Supervisors.
Maybe the final forerunners, front workers, front run workers. On the other hand, under one employee, there will be 10 people. Depending upon the nature of work also, this is designed. This will result in a flat organizational structure where you will have only 3 or 4 levels. 3 or 4 levels. What is the advantage of having a tall organizational structure? Span of control will be less. One person will control only 4. Effective control will be there. But the problem is communication. Board of directors, what they communicate and what it reaches will be different. Wherever humans are used in between, okay, the way in which the message is interpreted and communicated to the other party will be changing. When it changes 7 hands and reaches the low level management, then the information sometimes might be what? Entirely new, entirely different one, entirely a different one. Sometimes, whether organizational communication, can everything be formal? Can everything be formal? No, some informal communication is also sent. So how the informal communication reaches the other person will be totally different. Clear? A flat organizational structure, the advantage is the communication will be faster, easier, and at the same time, it will reach the people as it is. Clear? I'm telling to one person, he goes and tells second, third, fourth, fifth, eighth. 8th person gets a communication in a different way. But when the communication is sent by one person, reaches 4th person, it will not be too much of changes. There will be changes, but it will not be what? Too much of changes. Communication can be effective. You can have a closer view of the organization also. But the problem of the flat organization is, or flat organization is, very difficult to control. Under one person, 4 persons are there. Easy to control. Under one person, 20 persons are there. Comparatively, it is difficult to control. Comparatively, it is difficult to what? Control. Efficiency may be lost. Efficiency may be lost. So you have to choose a balanced organizational structure where it is not too tall or too flat. So that is what is important. Okay. So efficiency should be there. Then quality, innovation, and which one? Responsive to customers' needs should be there. Okay. So an organizational structure with a proper span of control and management should be worked. Then what is the next one? Control systems. What do you mean by control systems?
We are controlling the.
Let us take inventory control system. For inventory control, we have got a, for example, production manager. Under a production manager, we have got different people. Maintenance management, okay, human resource management and the factory, then inventory manager, like that it is there. Under the inventory manager and management, what and all comes? Let it be like identifying the requirement of the inventory, identifying the storage levels, like maximum, minimum levels of stock, then deciding when to buy, where to buy, deciding when to buy and what, where to buy, and how to treat normal and abnormal losses, how to account for inflow and outflow of material. Okay, so various other things are involved in which one? Which one? Inventory management. In that, what control system can be developed? Inventory management, what control system can be developed to achieve efficiency, quality, and innovation? Number one, are you working out raw material requirement? You can send a questionnaire. Are you working out raw material requirement every month? If the answer is yes, it is good. If the answer is no, it is bad. Number two, do you have a storage control? Like do you fix levels of stock, like maximum level, minimum level, average level, or danger level like that? Do you have inventory levels of stock? Do you have which one? Levels of stock. Ask questions. Number one, there should be levels of stock. If you don't have a levels of stock, then any material can be purchased and stored. If you don't have a pre-plan like how much to be stored, then what will happen? Excess inventory may be stored, or sometimes what? Lower inventory may be stored. So number one, you should have a stock level. Then ask question, having fixed a stock level, anytime during the last 3 months, whether the inventory level increased to maximum level. We said maximum 5000 kg. Have you increased the inventory to more than 5000 kg any particular point of time? If the answer is yes, ask why. As any time the material has reached below the minimum level, we call it as which one? Danger level. Going for a danger level is also a problem because material will not be available for production. The production has to be stopped. Because of non-availability of material, production gets which one? Stopped. Because of that, you pay idle workers, idle machinery. Customers' orders will not be, going on time. So, for example, demand will be there, but you will not be able to supply the product on time. Okay, you will not be able to honor the customers. That is, you cannot respond to customers' orders also. You cannot satisfy customers if you deliver delay. So, going below the minimum level is bad. Going the above maximum level is also what? Bad. Stock level should be within the range. So, ask questions. Ask questions. Number three, is there any abnormal loss during the last 3 months? What do you mean by abnormal loss? Loss due to damages, accidents, mishandling of materials, or for example, evaporation or pilferages, thefts, etc. and all, loss by fire and all. Ask them. So, this is control system with respect to which one? Inventory alone, stock alone. Clear? So, like this, you develop a control system for which one? Labor, machines, and other parts of organization within the production department. Within the production department, if you look at the effective control system will lead to efficiency. Let us take raw material. A good inventory control system, how it results in efficiency? You don't store more than the maximum level, which means old stock will not be there. Okay. Don't store more than the maximum level. Unnecessary investment in material will not be there. Keeping bulk stock, you are blocking money in materials. Okay. So when the material get outdated, that become waste or obsolete. You can avoid obsolete inventory, slow moving stock, dead stocks you can avoid when you don't store too much. Not going below the minimum level, what is advantage? Number one, smooth flow of inventory will be there for production. No shortage of material, no stoppage in production. Customers' orders can be honored on time. Honoring the customer's orders on time is a prestige. Clear? So that results in efficiency. Quality. Clear? So quality of material can be maintained only when the stock is within the range. When the stock is purchased on time at a proper price. Okay. Innovation, they use JIT method. For example, in hospitals you can find some hospitals, you ask for medicine that will always be in shortage. You just give the medicine, they will ask, okay, sir, it will come tomorrow, it will come next week. Now, simple, you will get the prescription from the doctor, you will not buy the medicine from the hospital at all because always I approach, there is a stock shortage. Okay, then I will buy it from outside, I will buy it from outside. Or I find old products are sold to me. For example, last year manufactured medicines are coming to my hand today. Expiry date is just 2 or 3 months from now. Either one type of hospitals where you find always material will be in shortage. Another type of hospitals where in which you will find which one? Medicine, too much of stock is built because of that old medicines go to the customers or patients. There also what you will do? Let us not buy the old stock from here. Let us buy it from outside. So a good hospital is one where material is handled properly, where on an average basis material is stored. It is not too less, it is not too high. Okay. Then latest material goes to the customers kind of a thing. So that is an innovative method. That is an innovative method where they follow JIT method, just in time material policy. Responsive to customers, let it be orders or etc. and all, it can be handled only when there is an effective control system. Control system is not only for inventory. I've taken an example of inventory. I'm speaking only about inventory. It can be for HR, it can be for maintenance of machines or breakdown of machines, or it can be even, for example, stocks in the showrooms, stock in the godown. It can be finance or it can be working capital. A sound control system results in, for example, achieving this strategy. So an organization should have which one? A sound internal control system. What is the next one? Organizational culture. What do you mean by culture? Norms, values, beliefs, and attitudes of the people.
Motors of the company.
Not motors of the company. Culture of the workers will differ from organization to organization. Certain organizations, for example, organization X. What is a culture? You are given a clearly defined roles and responsibility. You are not allowed to step into others' roles and responsibility. Mind your business. That is the norm. Values, they mind the business. They mind the business. Belief is, okay, that organization will have a belief like workers who are performing will get motivated, will get promotion incentive.
Yes.
Workers, appraisal will be based on which one?
Performance.
Beliefs, based on performance. So belief is based on your performance, based on your efficiency, based on what you have done for the company. You will be given motivation, incentive, promotion possibilities. Then attitude is work culture. We are here for work culture. This is X type organization. Y type organization, norms, selection norm. Those who belongs to Hindu religion only will be appointed here. Those who belongs to Christian religion will be appointed here. Those who belongs to this country only will be appointed here. Then values. We are believing in for example, saying yes. Who are successful in a company? Boss says yes, you also say yes. Boss says no, you also say no. Okay. Beliefs are based on followership. You follow me, I'm a leader, I pay you for your living. Attitudes, simple attitudes. Those who say yes can be there in the company. Those who say no can go out of the company.
For example, there's a Korean bank in India. They will be dominated by Korean bank.
Exactly. So that's what. This will decide whether your organization will grow or will be the same or will fail. Okay. Work culture based organizations. Okay. Performance based incentives, performance based promotion organizations. Organization which adopts cross country and cultures. Okay. And organization that has an attitude of growing with people, growing along with people, accepting their criticisms, accepting the, for example, response from employees or customers, 360-degree appraisal. You should be ready for. That organization will grow big. Certain communal based organization, caste based organizations, religion based organization, national based organization will not grow much. It will have existence, but it will not grow much. In India, you can find banks which are community based.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I need not explain. Punjab National Bank is community based. Even City Union Bank is community based. Tamil Nadu Mercantile Bank is for Nadar community. Karur Vaisya Bank is for Vaishya community. Okay, City Union Bank is for Brahmin community. Okay, like that, we have got community-wise banks where employees will find 90% of the employees will belong to that community. Customers also 90% will belong to the community. What about other community customers? They will not go to the bank. That's why those banks are regional, number one. Number two, growth potential is also limited. Look at Tamil Nadu Mercantile Bank or City Union Bank or Karur Vaishya Bank. They are located in the regions. Can they grow nationally? Can they grow internationally? They cannot grow because they are community-based organizations. But whereas you look at ICICI or look at SBI or look at HDFC, those banks adapt or accept cross cultures, differences. Okay, so where they are able to grow. So your organizational culture will decide whether the strategy can be implemented or not. Okay, so you will have a big strategy. Okay, but if the organizational culture is not cooperating with that, then strategy cannot be implemented. Okay, see, this organizational culture changes from company to company. Wipro has different culture. Infosys has a different culture. TCS has a different culture. You get Sony Corporation that has a different culture. Philips has a different culture. Every organization will have their own cultures, values, and beliefs. Clear? This is called as which one? Organizational design. These elements are also called as which one? Organizational design. Clear? What is the span of management? Who controls whom? Whether effective control systems are there or not. Then what is the values and beliefs that you are believing in? So those things will decide which one. That is called as which one? Organizational design. Whether organizational designs can be kept static? No, it has to be reconstructed. It has to be reconstructed. That is called as which one? Restructuring. When an organizational design is not suitable, alter it. Redesign it. Redesign it. Done. So what is the next step? Organizational structure, defining control system, and which one? Organizational culture. These three things are most important for implementing which one? Chosen strategy. You planned something, the plan can be achieved with a good organizational structure, with an effective control system, with the right blend of work attitude culture in an organization, you will be able to achieve. You will be able to achieve. Then, this is the most important thing for your examination. It is called as PEST analysis. PEST stands for which one? These keywords are important, which definitely you can write. PEST. It is otherwise called as part of SWOT analysis. It's part of which one? SWOT analysis, like situation analysis we do. Situation analysis we do. For example, you are starting a factory in, let us say, Maharashtra. With the same attitude, can you start the factory in Tamil Nadu or Kerala or Andhra Pradesh? No. Why? Or in India, you run a factory. With the same attitude, can you run a factory in Gulf country or in UK or in UAE? Is it possible? No. So we have to make an analysis. What is the first one? Political. PEST means first one. What do you mean by P? Political. What do you mean by political? Go through this. Political factors. How the government behaves. How the government behaves. Government one. Industrial growth is important. Environmental growth is not important. Environmental sustainability is not important. What is important? Economic growth is important. Industrial growth is important. There you can start the industry, you can pollute, they won't mind. Okay, you can pay the labor cheap, they won't mind. For them, what matters is the production, the employment, the tax revenue matters, and from the companies, sometimes they take the ransom also. Okay, so political factors, that is number one. Second segment, they are concerned about environment than running a company. For example, what is the difference between running a company in Tamil Nadu and Kerala? In Kerala, okay, they are more concerned about environmental factors. Number one. Number two, communism, where capitalism will not be allowed. Capitalism will not be allowed. If you earn money, good. If you earn big money, they will demand more wages, union strike, etc. will come. Okay. So whereas in Tamil Nadu, okay, no issues. Okay, a capitalist can start, he can pollute, do whatever he want. Okay. And if you go to certain countries where laws are very, very stringent, like Gulf countries or UK or US or Canada, you go there and try to violate any environmental laws, you will be ordered for closure. You will be ordered for what? Closure. First one is which one? Political. That is what? Trade regulations and pricing regularities and tariffs. Earlier we had an act in India called as MRTP Act, Monopoly Restrictive Trade Practices, where you cannot fix a price more than a limit.
Yes.
For example, if cost is 100 rupees, you cannot price more than 200 rupees. Now that is removed now. Okay. Wage regulations, the Minimum Wages Act, Payment of Wages Act, like that. Political stability in a country. See, what do you mean by political stability? When the same party is ruling for 10 years or 15 years or 20 years, if there is a stable political environment, what will happen? I can start the company, Okay, the company government will have a same set of regulation for a longer term. I can predict for next 10 years, 15 years easily. But when there's a political instability, there is a change of governments frequently. Now then, governments, whenever there's a change, they change the policies, laws, rules, etc. Then product labeling requirement, then industrial health and safety regulations. So political factors definitely matters. Political matters what? Definitely matters. Then what is the next factors? Economic factors. Economic factors. For example, you are having $1 lakh. You want to invest in India. You want to invest in India. When you converted, exchange rate was 80. So how much you would have invested in India? 80 lakhs you would have invested in India. Let's assume this happened about 1 year back. This happened about 1 year back. On the 80 lakhs investment, you made, let us assume 5 lakhs profit. You made how much profit? 5 lakhs profit. What is the total? 85 lakhs. What is the return on investment? 5 lakh on 80 lakhs. 5 lakhs and 80 lakhs, it is more than 5%. It is more than 5%. It is very good. But the problem is now you want to repatriate this 85 lakhs to US. 85 lakhs Indian currency divided by what is the exchange rate now? Let us take 88 rupees. Let us take which one? 88 rupees. You will get less than the money invested. You invested $1 lakh in India, converted into Indian currency 80 lakhs. In India, you made the profit. Your investment became 85 lakhs Indian currency. But when you want to repatriate, that is, you want to what? For example, take back your investment. 85 lakhs divided by exchange rate 88. What will happen? Somewhere around $96,000 only you will get. You invested 1 lakh, earned money in India, but you get back only what? Lesser currency value. Then will you make investment? No. So economic factors also affect which one? Economic factors also affect your decisions or strategy, like in exchange rates, inflation rates, interest rates, and which one? Economic growth. These factors affect. And also the availability of workforce. What is unemployment rate? Then what is the stage of business cycle? What is economic systems in the country where the business operates? And government intervention in the market. Government intervention in the market in the form of regulations and other things. So these economic factors matters a lot. So political factors. What is the next factors? Economic factors. What is the next one? Social factors. What do you mean by social factors? The society, the people, the people. Okay. Some cultures do not allow foreign companies to operate. Some cultures do not allow what? The foreign companies to operate. Large organizations to grow much bigger. Then the population growth rate, average age of population, age distribution, all these things are which factors? Social factors.
So we can take Gujarat as an example, sir, because there will be no MNCs.
Okay. See, social factors also will include, for example, how the people perceive the companies, how the people perceive what? The companies. And for example, average age of population also in that particular area. For example, country's average population is above 60.
Then, so
Running a company in that particular thing may not be viable because average age is more than, if it is going to be 40, then it is not advisable to run a company because old age people may not work or may not be innovative kind of a thing. Then educational level. Why educational level plays a major role in running a company? Because
skills and knowledge will be
education systems in the world develops entrepreneurs or employees.
on
Education systems in the world develop employees. No education system in the world will create a businessman. Businessman is not created through educational systems. Employees are only created through what? Educational systems. So a good education system is where a good employee is created. Why Indians are chosen? Simple. Our educational systems create what? Good employees, not good businessmen. Okay. So that educational system matters a lot. Then attitude of the population towards which one? Environment. Then leisure interest of the population. Is it possible to run a, what is the difference between running a company in UK versus in Japan?
So their business.
UK, if they work for 8 hours a day, that is pressurized job. 5 days a week, that is a pressurized job. 5 days into 8 hours, they will not work. They will not work more than what? 5 days into 8 hours. Which means yearly they will have only what? Around 200 working days, number one. In the 200 working days, they will expect monthly one casual leave, medical leave. Okay, they want within the 8 hours, they are feeling stressful. They want relaxation in the form of tea, coffee, refreshments, okay, lunch, or whatever to be provided by the company. That is work culture in what? UK. Effective hours per employee will be only 5 to 6 hours per day. Effective hours of work. Look at the other way. Japan.
They will work for.
If you tell that I work for 8 hours, that means you are working only half the day. So their work culture will be like around 16 hours per day. 12 to 16 hours is the effectiveness of a Japanese worker. Number one. So attitude towards work. Leisure and interest. For them, work is leisure, work is interest, work is company is their life. Company is their life. Okay, job is their life, like that they look at. And if you look at, that's what? Leisure interest of the population. That also matters a lot. Clear? So if the leisure interests are very heavy, the work attitude will be low. Earlier, maybe about 20 years back in India, foreigners were not ready to start a company in India because India had a lot of cultural holidays. Throughout the year, you celebrate so many cultural events. Okay, where we cannot declare holiday. Like out of 300, where Indian society was agricultural based, agro based society. Out of 365 days, they celebrate 100 days culturals. Okay, harvest festival, seeding festival, this festival, that festival, religious festival. So a person is on leave for about 100 days out of 365 and is not good. So that culture, societal culture also matters a lot. What is the next one? Technological. Technological.
Adoption of new technology. We will adopt.
We have got societies even today, even in society today in UK. That's a segment. Maybe you can Google it. You will identify. That is a district which lives without mobile, without internet.
Korea, North Korea.
North Korea, that is enforced by government. But I'm telling about in UK, there is a technological development, but there is a society, there is a district which believes usage of mobile or towers not there. Number two, usage of computers are not there. Modern method of education, like learning English or technology, not allowed inside the particular district. Clear? So that district, maybe you can Google it and find out. Okay, the district will have which one? The technological factors. Can you start an industry there? Can you start an industry there? No, not possible. So new developments in technology, etc. and all, they are not ready to learn. They do not want also. Clear? So these factors matters a lot. What is the analysis? Political, economical, and which one? Social and what? Technological. Based on this, MCQ can be tested. Based on this, MCQ can be tested. They will give one factor. They will give one factor under what it will come under PEST analysis. A, political, B, economical, C, social, C, technological, like that they may ask you. For example, a country's attitude towards learning or adapting new methods of production. Which factor? Is it political, economical, social, or technological? New method of production talks about what? Technological. Okay. A country's, for example, a population's attribute towards environmental factors. Social. Okay. Growth rate in a country. Economical. Inflation rate in a country.
Political.
No, economic. Inflation rate is talking about which one? Economy. Okay, recession, economical, clear. Change of administrative groups, change in political stability, or for example, regulations. All these things are to do with which one? Political. Now, they have extended this. Now, the latest amendment is from this PEST, they have gone for PESTEL. What is P? Political. What is E? Economical. Yes. C. Technological. This E from societal, they brought a separate split called environmental. Society, people, culture, values, beliefs, etc. and all. They separated one factor called as which one? Environmental factor. They brought it as a separate factor. Then another one is called as, from political, they split a separate factor called as legal factors. Okay. So pest is basic. Pest is which one? Up to this it is basic. Okay. The extension is from society, they split which one? Environmental factors. From political, they split which factor? Legal factors. Now it is called as pestal analysis. Now it is called as what? Pestal analysis. Whatever we are learning is maybe about 10 years old terminology. Pest is 10 years old terminology. The latest terminology is which one? Pestal. I found this in a IMA question. Okay. Long pest. It is otherwise called as long pest. Long pest or pestal. So P refers to, please note this, P refers to political, E refers to economical, S refers to societal, T refers to technological, the next E refers to environmental, L refers to legal. But MCQ are always based on which one? Pest. And based on this, an essay question can be asked. Essay question can be asked. For example, the essay question can be like this. An automobile company having a branch in US, having a central location in what? US. It wants to start a new production facility in China. A new production facility in China. Okay. Make a pest analysis. Make a pest analysis like that they will give you. How will you? It's an essay. It's an essay question. They ask a question. They've given a properties of the company, etc. And all. They would have given organizational values, cultures, where they operate, what is the size of the company, etc. And all. They would have given you. Make a pest analysis. Okay. You tried the theory number one. Political factors, how the government behaves, So when you go to China, from capitalistic society to communistic society, you are moving in. So the operations in China, it will be a blend of communism plus capitalism. It's a blend of communism plus what? Capitalistic attitude. Second one is which one? Economic factors. Economic factors such as which one? Exchange rate of Chinese currency to US dollars, and which one? Inflation rates, interest rates should also be considered. Like that, you will rate 2 or 3 points. Social factors. Okay. Okay. In US, leisure interest is different. Okay, they work for 1 year, maybe like 11 months. 1 month they may go for a holiday. 5 days work plus 2 days. But Chinese work culture is different. Morning you work, evening you go to a club, and they go for gambling, betting and all. Okay, Chinese, if they avoid gambling and betting and drugs and other things, they'll become number one in the world. Okay, like Indians, we talk too much. Okay, but work less. Chinese work more, but whatever they earn in the morning, evening they will spend in the club. Without betting, they cannot live. Without betting, they cannot live. Without gambling, they cannot live. So that's the situation. So lesser interest of the population you have to look into. Then attitude towards environment. Attitude towards what? Environment in China. Environmental protection is there, but not too much enforced. Not too much enforced in the Mari. Then technological factors is China is the one who adapts the technology rapidly and grows. Okay. So do a pest analysis like that they may ask for. Okay. So just write, how to write? Simple. You just write the keywords. If you write pest analysis, political, economical, social, and which one? Technological. Write some keywords in that, you are awarded marks. Based on pest analysis, definitely you will get one IMA question. Definitely one essay type IMA question. Or section B is a scope where a lot of essay type questions can be tested. MCQ also will be tested as well as what? Essay type questions can be tested. This is which analysis? Pest analysis. Next one, what is the next analysis? Analyzing the competitors. Analyzing the competitors. Analyzing the strength and weaknesses of competitor. Rumba simple. Strength of the competitor is your weakness. Weakness of the competitor is your strength. Demographical needs and market in which business operates. I cannot manufacture a product. For example, I make a t-shirt for US population. Can I come with the same attitude and manufacture for Chinese, Japanese, Indians? No. So needs of the population is different. It can be the size or the, design or the quality, everything differs. Then strategy to improve which one? Company's position and which one? Marketplace. We are having 10% market share. How to improve this? How to improve this? Then how to explore new markets, then what are the things that limits our ability to compete with others? Okay, simple. First, define your competitors. For Pepsi and Coke, who are the competitors? Pepsi is a competitor for Coke and Coke is a competitor for Pepsi. But the local brands are their competitors? No. Then, analyze the competitor's strengths and weaknesses. It can be anything. Strength or weakness can be anything. It can be product quality, after sales service, or number of customers scattered and number of dissatisfied customers, all those things. Then analyze your own strength and weaknesses. What the customer need and want, you analyze. Then implement both companies and competitor strategy. Okay, then all these things should be implemented. Then plan a strategy. Go for a strategic plan according to that. So analyze the competitors. Based on that, you can define what strategy you are going to adopt. That is which one? ரொம்ப simple. Before you start a business, maybe a small shop, like a juice shop or a tea shop you start, or a restaurant you start. So what you will analyze? Competition analysis you will do. What is the competition analysis? How many players are there? What products they are selling? What is the price at which they are selling? Who are their customers? What is the weakness in delivery chain? What is the problem they are facing in delivery of the product? What is the problem they are incurring in, for example, delivering the product? What is their weakness and strength you analyze? Then decide whether to start it now. Number two, if you start and run, how to take the advantage of their weakness as your strength and how to remove your weakness, you plan. That is what is called as which one? Competitive analysis. What is the next one? Contingency plan. Whether all the plans work?
No, sir.
All the plan will have a contingency plan. For example, we plan to travel by train from Chennai to, let us assume, Bangalore, or let's assume from one state to another state we are planning to travel. Okay, suppose on a particular day there is a train accident, or on a particular day train got cancelled. Will you cancel your trip? We are traveling for business. When you cancel the business trip, it is very costly because you have taken the time or you have taken the permission of others' time. Okay. So what is a contingency plan? We'll make alternatives, right? Traveling by car, traveling by air, or traveling by bus. We'll make an alternative things. That is only a contingency. There is only a contingency. So contingency plan will be for everything. It will be available for what? Anything. Raw material should be there in the godown. If it is not available,
We need to plan already.
that is what is contingency. Contingencies do not come. If they come, you should be ready to meet out. For example, suddenly there was an accident, stocks are lost. You should have the knowledge of local suppliers. Buy from them and manufacture so that the production is not stopping. Okay. Suddenly workers went on strike for 2 or 3 days. The production has to be honored. Simple. You should have labor contractors, you should have temporary workforce to handle the job and do the work kind of a thing. Okay. Logistics, there is a problem. Okay. Then you should have arrangements for logistics to deliver the products. Clear? So contingency planning is more on based on what? What if? What if means? What if stock is not available? What if workers are not available? What if machinery is in fault? What if tires cannot be made within the company? What if this part cannot be made within the company? What if raw material is not available, like that? So contingency can be forced by external thing. What do you mean by external thing?
Like
Government announces a shutdown.
COVID.
Government says shut down the industry. It may be because of COVID or it may be because of environmental factors. Do not operate this industry within the city limits. It is polluting. So can you control that? No, you don't have a control. What is the next one? Internal contingency. Internal contingency may be within the organization. Within the organization that happens. It may be because of improper planning, non-cooperation of employees, or it may be lack of control over the material, men or production tools, all those things. So external as well as internal contingencies, you should have a plan. You should have a plan how to overcome it. Simple. Very simple. A small organization like Bharadwaj, we had a problem. Like during COVID, you are not allowed to run physical classes. How to go for it? Virtual mode. Virtual mode, we were ready to shift up from day one. So once the government planned lockdown, all of us took a training on delivering by online method, because students, having a student and delivering is different. Talking to the camera is different. Talking to the systems are different. Recording. So technology you have to upgrade, systems you have to upgrade. People who are involved in teaching should be,
Upgrade to
mindset should change. Some people cannot talk without students. Okay. So you have to change the mindset. Cameras your student like that. Then you have to protect your content also. You have to protect your content also, because content cannot just like that go in the open market where your intellectual property will be getting lost. So that factor also you have to consider. So where educational institutions were doing that. Okay. For example, food processing industries, you are not allowed to run the hotel, but can you deliver the food? You can deliver the food. You can deliver the food. So they developed a new technology where in which the food can be developed or delivered at home. Eating at restaurant changed to what? Delivery at home. Okay, so developing a contingency plan is always required, and please remember, once the contingency is over, then you will go for which one? Normal plan. So contingency plan definitely as which one? Internal as well as what? External variables. Then this BCG matrix requires a separate class. Okay, because based on this, definitely you will get a question. What is it? For example, your product may be a star. I'll just give a brief introduction today, but tomorrow we'll discuss in depth. What is a star? A product which is having a high cash flow, high growth rate. In the market, it is growing, demanded like anything. It is giving me more cash. That is called as which one? Star. What is a star? Gives me better cash flow and better growth rate. Growth rate is less, but good cash flow is there. It is called as what? Cash cow. Okay. Low growth rate, but I get high cash. Low growth rate, but I get what? High cash. It is called as a cash cow now, because cow will not give milk throughout the year. Okay. Next, dog. What is a dog? Low cash generation and which one? Low growth rate. Maybe தமிழ்ல ஒரு பழமொழி சொல்லுவாங்க, நாய்க்கு செய்யறதுக்கு வேலை இல்லை, சும்மா இருக்கிறதுக்கு நேரம் இல்லைன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. It will not be idle, as well as it will not have a job to do. So the product cannot be taken out of the market. Product cannot be taken out of the market, or product cannot be what? Product cannot be what? Taken as a good product also, because it is not giving me cash. So low cash, low growth. That is called as which one? Dog. Question mark is one. It can either become a star, or it can become which one? A dog. Or it cannot become a cash cow. It can either become a star or a dog. When it will become a star?
when it has a high cash.
Growth rate is high. When growth rate is high, and of course cash flow is high, it will become what? A star. As of now, it is having what?
High growth rate.
High growth rate, but low cash flow. High growth rate, but low cash flow. It will become a star when growth rate is going to be high. Okay, when cash flow is going to be what? High. It can become a dog also once your growth rate falls. Once your growth rate falls, it can become what? Already cash flow is low. If growth rate is low, it will become which one? Dog. So based on this, a question can be tested. Okay, this is called as positional analysis. Okay, whether your product is a star or a cash cow or a question mark or which one? Dog.
So even once upon a time, CM India also cash flow.
CMA India was a question mark.
Before 2018, sir.
CMA India was a question mark. It had a low cash generation but high growth rate. Okay, so people position keeps changing. So we'll analyze in detail, because based on BCG matrix, definitely you will have 1 or 2 MCQs and essay questions will be there. Otherwise, section A, I didn't open my mouth on essay questions because it was having only what? MCQ based questions. Essay cannot be tested from section A. But in section B, every part there is a scope. Every part there is a scope that you will get an essay question. So which I will discuss it in a fresh class, that is tomorrow. BCG we will start with tomorrow.